Hey guys, welcome to the Gear Closet Reviews. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Mammut L-Cap helmet. Let's get into it. And here is the Mammut L-Cap. Now this is my personal helmet. As you can see, it's got lots of wear. I've had it for about 4 years now. Put a couple of stickers on there and whatnot. So I'm just going to talk through a few things here. So first off, let's talk about price. So this retails for about $70, which is pretty normal for, a hard shell helmet. And that's one of the things about this helmet is it is an older style helmet, which means it is got a hard plastic shell, and then the interior has an EPS foam. It's on the inside. Okay, so that's one of the cons of this helmet. We'll start off with that. Is its weight. It comes in at about 11.6 ounces. So if you compare that to something like the Mammut Wall Rider, which is the newer style of helmets that are more like a bicycle helmet, in that they're mostly foam with a very thin kind of shell to them, that weighs in at about 7.9 ounces. So significantly lighter, but I've always preferred the hard plastic ones. I think they have a little bit smaller form factor. They're not as bulky on your head, even though they're a little bit heavier. One of the things that I love about this helmet, and we'll hop right into that, is its adjustability. So these sliders here can slide to adjust, kind of where your ear holes sit, so to speak, and it does that on either side. And then at the rear, this entire assembly here can slide up or down. You just kind of, you can see how that works there. But so you can sit this so that it fits right where it should around the back of your head. And then in order to adjust how big around it is, you just have these two simple clips here that you can adjust. And I much prefer this system to the screw kind of ratchet systems. I find that those kind of have a pressure point right in the middle, whereas this, the weight's a little bit more distributed. I find it significantly more comfortable. Say something like the Black Diamond Half Dome that has the ratchet style. As far as durability, that's one of the areas where the older style hard shell helmets really shine. Is that hard shell is just more durable than a soft foam. But the downsides again is that you have this hard plastic shell, so it's not as breathable. I mean, this helmet has nice 2 ventilation ports here in the front, and then 3 on either side, and then 4 in the back. I really haven't experienced where I'm climbing, and I just find that I'm way too hot because of my helmet. I think that this helmet has plenty of ventilation. And if you do get super sweaty, these pads in here are kind of stuck in with Velcro. So if you want, if you've had it for a while, those are kind of getting dingy, you can take them out and you can just wash them, which is a really nice feature to have. As far as features on this helmet, one of the things that kind of stood out to me was actually one of the reasons that I originally purchased it, is this little sun visor here. It's kind of unique. You don't see a whole lot of helmets that have a sun visor. And yeah, it just gives your face just a little bit more shade. If it's wet, it gives you a little bill. So like you're up on an ice climb, it's a little warm, and you get a lot of water dripping on you, it'll drip a little bit further out away from your face than it would otherwise, which is a nice feature. As far as mounting a headlamp on here, you'll see at the rear it has your typical headlamp clips. So you just put your headlamp strap through that. And the front, where most helmets have another clip, it really only has just kind of like a little if I can show that to you there. It's more like a guide. There's nothing on the bottom. It kind of slips in there. Same on the other side there. And originally I was a little suspect of that. I was like, well, what's holding my headlamp in besides just the clips at the back, you know? But because of this sun visor, your headlamp will sit right here, and it kind of rests on here. And these clips keep it from moving up. The sun visor keeps it from moving down. I've climbed with the headlamp lots with this helmet. Never had a problem losing, you know, the headlamp off it or having it move around or anything like that. Very easy system. I guess you shave a little bit of weight by not having full clips up here. But yeah, you can see this helmet's been well used, and you know, it's got scratches and dings and scrapes and like any helmet is gonna get, but nothing's cracked. You know, I still climbing this helmet. This is my daily climbing helmet. So why do you want to get this helmet? You know, if you're looking at helmets and you're watching this video because you saw this and it looked interesting, you want to know a little bit more about it, why should you get this helmet? The sun visor. It's not super common to have that, and I love the extra little bit of shade you get, and the extra little bit of kind of drip protection you get from that. As far as a hardshell helmet, you know, your main competition is going to come from something like the Black Diamond Half Dome. And comparing this to the Half Dome, it's a little bit more expensive. The Half Dome usually retails around $60 or so. You can find both of them cheaper than that if you shop around, but that's just generally what they retail for. This is a little bit lighter than the Half Dome by about an ounce or so. The adjustability and comfort of this, I find this much more comfortable than the Half Dome, and more adjustable, like as far as getting this to sit exactly where you want it and how you want it on your head. And then beyond that, you're looking to go up to something with the newer style kind of bicycle helmet style helmets. This is going to be more durable. This is going to last you longer. It's cheaper. You know, you look at something like the Mammut Wall Rider, you're looking $100 or so. So, you know, yeah, it's almost half as heavy, but I guess for me, it's really not as important. I don't notice the weight on my head so much. And like even this, like the sun visor here, you know, that sticks out. And so there's a chance you're going to rub it on the rock. And if I can get this to focus here, and you take a look at that. I mean, there's no cracks. The edges are actually fairly smooth. They're not super rough. And it's definitely been dragged across rocks and whatnot. So yeah, I think it's a great value for the money. I think you get the features, the extra features you get in something like this over the Black Diamond Half Dome are definitely worth that, you know, $10 bump in price. And my personal preference is for this older style helmet. And not only that, but it saves you some money versus getting into those newer style helmets. So that's the Mammut L Cap. Do you guys have any questions? Post them up in the comments. Get around to answering those and let me know what you guys think. You know, is this something you guys would go out and buy for yourself? Do you guys like something else better? Let me know. Thanks.